Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here at Rule 1 Model Railways. Today I want to talk to you about getting your layout on the exhibition circuit. There was a great request that came in from the Heritage line for this one, so stay tuned for more. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video again at Rule 1 Model Railways. If you like what you see, do hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do so to see more content. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, the Heritage line is another YouTube channel that submitted a question to us. He says, great video Nick, this is from my last video, they're talking about exhibitions. You certainly shared a lot of information that a lot of newcomers will not know. I suspect your next video will be you showing the layout at the exhibition. Thumbs up, you're correct. We did that and it was a great bit of fun. He says, I have an idea for a follow-on video for this series. As you know, the hardest thing is getting into the exhibition circuit in the first place. Once in the loop, you tend to get approached by other exhibition organisers and get invites to other shows. So maybe you should do a video based on your layout showing how you would put a package together to sell your layout to an organiser, showing what they will be looking for and what makes your layout stand out. Hopefully this may encourage other modellers to brave the exhibition circuit. All the best, Tony. So thank you very much, Tony, for your submission there, your question. This is the follow-up video to that one, so I will get into it now. The first thing I am going to recommend is that, if I can find it here, so the first thing you should be bringing is something like this. I'll make that a bit bigger for you. So this is a basic advertisement for a layout for an exhibition organiser. So one of the managers will pick this up and have a look at what you have to offer. So top left I got a QR code if you're taking it to exhibitions and you want to, or to a group meet or something like that, you want to scan it so you can see it on your phone very easy. The title of who you are, what you're taking, West Interchange with Rule 1 Model Railways. With the YouTube channel, that's always a bonus as well, I think. What I've included is a small blurb and a fictional history just to give a an all-round view, get them more hooked onto what the layout's about. So it's got an actual story if you want to have a read of that there. You can pause the video and read that back if you like. But basically I've detailed a fictional history stating why the layout looks like it does today. The next paragraph here I've noted more about the equipment that I've used on the layout. So it's a branch with 2 terminal platforms and refuelling sidings opposite. But parallel to the fill yards, so no frontage space is wasted, so always point out your pluses of your layout. Track work code 75, point work operated by MP5 slow action point motors. So exhibition managers are going to be looking for the technical details. The reason is they're going to want you to know about your layout, so if a member of the public asks questions, you're going to be able to help them. You'll be knowledgeable enough to let them know how you use this equipment on a model railway. And again, also featuring working colour light signals, track level 3 foot 2 inches from the ground, so it's suitable for all ages to view. And stating that I'm happy for children to get a bit closer. So I'm giving off quite a friendly demeanour in my advertisement there. On this one, my specific unique selling point, the USP, is the automation, so I've included a paragraph about that, explaining exactly how it works and what will be available for the exhibition organiser to take advantage of. So there will be a 27-inch computer monitor showing the software controlling the layout, looking like a signal box display. Again, is another feature that not a lot of other layouts will have. and will be something they'd be interested in to have that's unique at their show. Unique things tend to get organisers' attention. Also, we have the Fala car system. Again, something else that's unique. Maybe one or two layouts have that they've probably seen before, but it's great to always have one of those at a show, I'd say. Always tell them what sort of stock you'll be running, and if it has any additional features. So mine's all sound fitted, and it can be turned on and off at the exhibition manager's discretion. So if they want it in a quiet room, they don't have to have the sounds on. If it's in a big hall where the sounds can't really be heard, then it can be switched off and it won't add to the background noise in the hall. Some exhibition managers might request that. Also, it gives an idea of the era your layout is set in properly and what they're to expect at the show. There's no point if the exhibition is a fine scale show or something similar, and then you go to a show running, say, Thomas the Tank Engine. That's not going to be what they're after. So this is always a good thing to include, this list of stock that you'll run. Doesn't have to be the exact list, but you do have to really let them know which area the stock comes from. So mine's all in the southwest of the UK, and which era it's from. So modern day is mine. You will need to provide them, and I've left this in bold, the footprint for the layout and the measurements for the layout itself. That's essential so that they can plan for where it's going to go. And then how the model is operated. So this one is operated from behind, but you can stand anywhere because it's automated on my layout, so more diversity there. You can have the layout against the wall, against another layout, whatever. My one can run anywhere you like it to. And again, history and how the layout travels. So exhibition managers will sometimes offer costs to get your layout to a show. So you may pay like 10 cent a mile or 10 pence per mile or something like that, to cover your diesel costs to get it there, and maybe an overnight. And if you're willing to cheap out like I am, overnights, I've offered to go with Airbnb rather than official hotels, that sort of thing, to keep costs down. Exhibition managers like keeping costs down. At the end of the day, the more money they can get, the better for their clubs. A lot of clubs rely on this money and this income stream to keep their club going for the next year. Personally, even if there's not an Airbnb available, I'm happy to take a spare room anywhere. And power consumption, you will need to tell them how much your layout takes, and mine takes up to 5 amps with all the equipment on it. Not often it takes all of that amount, but with my laptop on it and my phone charger, all that sort of thing plugged in, and maybe I want to solder something at the same time, if there's something that's undone or something, I request 5 amps just to be on the safe side. You'll also need to bring an RCD, and what that is a little plug socket that goes on before you plug your layout into the mains. That's so that if there's any overloads, you don't overload the whole exhibition hall, you only overload as far as the RCD. That trips out, and then you find your problem and reset it. So again, at the bottom, my requirements for the exhibition: 1 plug socket, 1 or 2 operators. You must be noting what you require here, especially for operators if they're providing lunches and overnight stays, then that's essential. And again, for this one, I've added I may live stream to my YouTube channel if permitted by the exhibition manager, and I've included a link to my channel so they can see what we're all about. Now, this is the first point of port of call for anybody that's looking to exhibit. Again, at the top up here, you need to leave a track plan and some photos to show exactly what the exhibition manager will get as well. And also, even if you're not big into YouTube, I would suggest having an uninterrupted video of the operation of your layout on YouTube and providing a link for it, even if you don't make it public and just have it unlisted. That way they can tell what they're going to get before it actually arrives. As long as you can deliver what you're showing, then absolutely have that video. Share that video around all of the clubs and exhibition managers. If you don't know any exhibition managers, have a look on RM Web. There is a space there for exhibitions and talk about exhibitions. You can leave comments on threads if you want your layout to go to shows. Some exhibition managers got their own threads. That sort of thing really. Now for my layout itself, for a few of my layouts actually, if I bring this over, I train basic overview. This is what I bring with me to any exhibition. This sits on the front of the layout so that people can see how my layout works, and I include that in the email I send off for exhibition managers should they ask for more information. It gives them more of an idea of how it all works and what they're going to get at the show. The more entertainment you can provide for your public exhibitions, the more information that's provided, the better. Make sure it's all obviously spell checked, all that sort of stuff, grammatically correct. My grammar's not that great, but I hope that would do. And this was for my old layout, Western Parkway, which I still have hold of. Again, it's another one of those mini adverts. There's a slightly different way of doing it. It just explains what the layout is, how big it is, just there, hardware used. Whoopsie daisies. If you want a closer look, later you see, have a look underneath. All that sort of thing. Layout, track plan, that's my track plan for Western Interchange. And then there's a introduction there to my YouTube. Let's correct that. There should be a capital. Rule on model railways. And just gives them an idea of who I am. But really that's what you need to be sending out for exhibitors, for exhibition managers. Sometimes when you go to exhibitions, if you want to show there the next year, carry a few of these papers printed out and give them to the exhibition manager with your details on, so a phone number, name, email address, that sort of thing, and they may come back to you on it. If you're not in the circuit, that is, and they don't know you already. You'll find once you get into your first show, then the invites start to flow in a bit quicker. I've had 2 more invites from the last show I attended, so they do tend to stack up a bit. Eventually you may find, if it's a good layout, that you have to pick and choose between different shows. Another way to get your layout into exhibitions is to join a club. You'll find your club probably has a couple of exhibitions a year, most do. One big one, followed by one local one, so like members bring their layouts to the show rather than having other invited layouts come to the show, like some sort of open day instead, you see. That's always a good way to get your layout known on the scene, because exhibition managers will come round looking to see whether your layout is suitable for their show at the open days. They tend to be quite a good way out as well to get your layout into the circuit. So for that video that I suggested you take to share with the organisers, this video I got on the screen now is something you'd want to look into doing. I'm going to click play here and just show the organiser how your layout runs, how reliably it runs, how smooth it runs, how you're like as an operator. Exhibition managers like to see layouts running smoothly, be that the way the operator runs them, or for technical aspects, whether it's wired nicely and the train keeps a nice smooth operation. And as you can see here, it is running nice and smoothly. This will give any potential exhibition manager a reason to invite my layout, because they know that it's going to run okay, and they can see the details they're actually going to get. So what they see is what they get, rather than having a surprise. That is one of the biggest hurdles to get over as well, is the risk factor. Exhibition managers probably, well, I know they're not that keen on inviting newer layouts unless they can confirm they run reliably, because that first invite is always quite a big risk. You don't really know what you're going to get until it's running fine in front of you. So exhibition managers seeing layouts of other exhibitions can confirm the layout runs fine, but when it's the first exhibition it's going out to on the circuit, they're going to want to see a video like this to confirm that the layout does run suitably for an exhibition. As you can see there, the train's running nicely. It's got sound on it. You can hear the sounds all running and what it all does. And the signal's working. You're showing off the features there without having to move the camera around to see them, that sort of thing. Just gives them the idea that this is how it's going to run, this is what you're going to get. But really that's it for this video. Other than that, today I'm just going to recap on the exhibition we had in Wexford. So even though I did this massive list of things to bring, what did I forget? HDMI cable. I forgot the HDMI cable. I accidentally packed a DisplayPort cable instead, which didn't work. But luckily, thanks for Wexford Club, they had a spare HDMI cable. I was able to borrow that, but that was the only issue that happened all weekend. There was absolutely nothing else that went wrong, so it went spot on perfect. I thought there'd be more things to maybe tweak, that sort of thing, but the way the layout was built underneath, I have everything inside cable trunking inside the plastic cables. It was just resilient, so it just ran perfectly the entire weekend, which was a great help for the exhibition. And I got quite a few comments back stating how well it ran and how smooth everything was, and how many trains were running backwards and forwards. There was never a time where there was nothing moving. So once you've done your exhibition, that sort of feedback is what you're after. That's what you're going for, and that will get you invites for other shows. And the other thing that people like was the Fala car system. Even though I only had one van going around, that generated an awful lot of comments as well. People really like that, so we're going to have to invest a bit more into that system and get a couple more cars, I reckon. But yeah, that's it. That's probably what got me the invites. So, and that's it for this video. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, hit the subscribe button, and do press the like button. We'll have much more content like this coming out in the future. We have another show this weekend to go to up in Bangor in Northern Ireland, just outside Belfast. So if you're going to be there, I'll see you there. And if not, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.